There you are.
They updated the software. I had to do a reinstall, so I was a little late. But I'm here now.
I gave you my best look.
Your camera's not on,
Yeah, I see that.
and Vicente's camera's not on. And I clicked. Ray should be coming out, and there's Kenny. People are showing up. It's a rainy day. People are coming. Yeah. All right. So everybody's cameras are turned off for right now. So there's, I just see Vicente. I see Gail.
Ray on his iPhone. This ought to be good. Oh no, he's there.
Hello, hello.
There he is.
Good. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
How do you hear this microphone?
Good. Very good.
Better?
Yes. Very good.
Finally, I found it in the unfinished basement. Hi, everybody.
There's Ray. He's out driving.
Ray, crazy driving.
Ray
I gotta
better
pay attention to my driving.
Yeah, Ray better watch what he's doing and not talk to us. Where are you heading to, Ray?
Yeah, it's not that important that you guys watch me.
Where are you heading to?
Oh, I'm coming back from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm currently somewhere southwest of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Cool.
Okay, you are 3 hours from here.
Yeah, right. I'm every bit of 10 hours from home.
Okay. Right. Nice.
I have a hummingbird sighting to report. A couple of days ago, they showed up. Well, one showed up. Turn your camera on, Kenny. Well, I take that back. You get a haircut or something? Oh, no.
Just sitting here listening to see what you got.
So, what's up? What's the subject of the meeting?
You got the 6-foot warning device ready to go?
What?
6-foot warning device. Weren't you going to make one of those?
Oh, for the
Hunan virus.
Yeah. I do not.
Man.
I was playing with more Raspberry Pi stuff. I assembled my Ducky bot, which is really just a Raspberry Pi 3 with a motor header and a camera and a battery with a picture of a duck on it. It looks like the software for that is where Duckytown is making big changes or whatever. You run the software on the software on a laptop and it does something, and I'm not real sure how it works yet. But it's an old robot I've had sitting in a box for probably a year now, and finally got around to building.
It looks like an early Biddy rover.
Kinda. It's a Daegu motor chassis. Lots of screws. I did like how they decided to have the Raspberry Pi mounted. It's mounted upside down on the top
Protected
plate.
inside.
Yeah. I kind of like that. And then the battery is supposed to sit up here. But their instructions were a little strange. And I misread what they were doing. So my battery is not really mounted. It should be underneath the zip tie.
You gonna buy more zip ties?
Oh, I'll fix it. It's not that big a deal.
Cool. I have been playing with my new cheapo camera. That's the $35.
Not seeing
Real-
anything, Jim.
Not seeing anything.
Black
You're sharing.
screen. There it is.
Now, yeah.
There it is.
That's a 3 megapixel Rio link. Let me turn the volume down. Oh, that's wrong volume. But it's pretty good little camera. $35. It's for Reolink software only. They have the bigger brother, their Pro, that's 4 megahertz, 4 megapixel, and 5 megapixel that is compatible with other software. This one is only good with its own software. It does have Windows software. This is Windows software, and it's not too bad.
This is to watch the water with sugar.
It's an indoor camera. It's sitting in a utility box.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll sacrifice it to the rain gods if it gets too bad out there.
This is now there. It's raining. Monroe.
Did you do anything, Vicente?
Well, I am still working with the tiny board, the development board, but now there is a microcontroller that is footprint compatible with the STM32, but it's a very low power device. So I am trying to isolate the circuit from the serial port to make some kind of backup of the real-time clock. I can show. I don't know. You are. Do you see this?
It's in Kenny's screen, I think.
Somebody's sharing a screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's.
Kenny is doing it. Let's see if I can stop Kenny, stop the share. All right, Vicente, try again.
Okay, you can see this circuit.
Oh, okay.
This is a CR2032 battery, coin battery. Here, you see? I just split the power of this board to let the battery works when you unplug the USB port. Now this is flash a LED, okay, and go back to sleep. Each time I push the button, it increments a counter and flash as many times as push the button. Wake up and flash for 4 times or 5 times. Again, push the button, flash 6 times, and so on. But usually it's in deep sleep state. So now I can unplug the USB port. I can unplug it. And now the circuit is, half of the circuit is without energy, but the microcontroller is still powered by the battery. I can just push the button and wake up the microcontroller. And now the microcontroller has also a real-time clock. There is a crystal under the board for the real-time clock. The idea is that you can use this tiny board for your real-time clock applications, or for whatever you want. Will be can be used with a standard STM32 microcontroller, or you can use a very low power device that is a STM32L device. And this is, the plan is to have the same board for all the devices, the low power and the standard ones. I just will use a Schottky diode in some part of the circuit. And when you use a standard microcontroller, you will have a jumper there. And when you use the STM32 low power, you will use a Schottky diode in the place of the jumper. And in this way, you can make any timer for create a schedule controller or anything that will work on the battery. If the power gets out, or for some reason you lose the power, the real-time clock still continues working, maintaining the time, real time. I will plug the USB again. Now the USB is powering everything. The idea is that the battery don't need to power the reset controller or the USB serial device, because they really drain a lot of energy. So now it's only the microcontroller who will use the battery when the power out, when there is a power outage, when you lose the power. Well, the idea is to include in the final version of the board the possibility of use a very low power ARM microcontroller. I almost finished the test, and I need to make the new board with the modifications, and that's it. That is everything.
Sounds cool.
So I also am working in the hoverboard road. I am assembling a platform to use the Raspberry Pi to control it, but it's still in the. I need to assemble a lot of stuff still, and that's it. This is the experimental platform for the Raspberry Pi, controlling the robot, the motors through another board that acts like a I2C slave for the Raspberry Pi. This is the system I am planning to use in the hoverboard wheels. A Raspberry Pi controlling the hardware through a slave microcontroller. And that's it.
Cool.
That's, so nothing.
Okay, let's look at, let's see what else we got.
That's it. What I am doing. I have a problem with my graphic card from the computer yesterday. The fan started to make a lot of noise, and I was looking for another card, but after all, I decided to adapt a new fan to the board with a lot of double phase tapes, and it's working. It's silent. It's working pretty nice.
Cool.
That's it.
I got a new book of the month candidate. This is a really good read. It's Mike Sullivan needs to read this. It's Thank You for My Service by Matt Best. He's been appearing on various programs recently, but he really gives you a good view of the military and what some of our patriotic citizens are doing when they are in the Army. He was an Army Ranger. Quite a guy. Fun book, surprisingly fun. He was a character.
Great.
Leroy, you got anything else?
Midpoint Library will be opening Curve service up for people that have had books on hold. The email didn't say when exactly. It says very soon. So that's something. Other than playing around with a bunch of the Raspberry Pis and doing some of the same stuff that I'm sure Vicente is doing, I am not really doing much of anything though.
Oh, I'm still on the screen.
Yeah,
I was
you're
going over to
you're still sharing the screen.
almost there, maybe. My speed is really bad. I'll stop it and start it. I could be Kenny. Kenny was green with envy. Did you guys see him being green with envy?
I wondered if that was just me or if that was Kenny.
That was Kenny, but I don't know how.
And for a second,
You got
Jim
bad.
was green. His background and everything was normal, but Jim himself was green.
Hey, hello, Troy.
Hi, Troy.
Hi, Troy.
I think Jim's frozen. I think we've lost Jim.
Yeah, it's frozen. Maybe
Can you hear me now?
It's too cold.
I think we've lost Jim. Let's see if I can't even stop him from sharing. I don't know where Jim. That's just wild.
I'm green again.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to put up some books that I've got checked out from the library this week. It's a pretty good book. This Rick Stout, that's an old series that I go back and read some of his stuff again occasionally. Very good read. Shadow of a Giant, this is the series that Orson Scott Card wrote. He's the one that wrote The Hive, I believe, and some other stuff. Very good read. And got some other stuff. But this is all available online, guys. See if I can stop my share. Talking to myself, huh?
Your little video looks like it's frozen and your share looks like it's frozen.
Yeah, I can do nothing here.
I'm going, let's see. This will stop. Okay.
Okay, now, yeah, thank you.
Okay. I got you to stop, Jim, but your video is really choppy. You must be having a bad internet day.
Low system resources. Looks like they probably reduced my audio quality, which is fine. Any way to get me to shut up, huh? Okay, Ray, you got anything you want to talk about?
I've been doing some research into that 3-cent microcontroller, and it seems pretty cool. A lot of people are getting hyped up about it, and so I reached out to my vendors in China to see if they could buy it for me and ship it to me with the next shipment or something. And I think they're willing, ready to do it. Anything to get me to buy another shipment of laser machines, I'm sure. So if I tried to buy it through eBay or Alibaba, some of the forums and the guys, they were saying that the price gets a lot higher, but the price from China to China is still pretty fair. The price that I saw was like 400 RMB, which is like $56 for the in-circuit emulator, and it was like $68 for the programmer, and then anywhere from 3 to 8 cents or 15 cents per chip, depending on what chip you get. And the 3-cent chips are actually one-time programmable, the little 6-pin, 8-pin versions. Those are really inexpensive. The ones that are up at 15 cents are the multiple-time programming, and they can be 16, 18, maybe 20 pins, but they've got analog, digital, digital, analog, comparators, multiple timers. I didn't see anything about hardware serial ports. I know they were bit banging, but that was kind of the limit of my research. The sensei was saying that he bought his for $45. I don't know, but that's the lowest price I've heard. But sensei, what prices did you get when you purchased?
I will show you the sharing the screen for that. Just a second. Just a second.
I stopped showing my video because I didn't want anybody to get sick, and I wanted, trying to save my own bandwidth here.
Yeah, I figured that's why you stopped, because you're on your cell. So.
No, I'm doing 70 mile an hour on the highway.
Yeah.
75. That's why I stopped.
You just don't want us to know how fast you're actually going.
Yeah. Pointed straight at my speedometer.
Yeah, a 10-hour trip will turn into like 3 hours. That's how fast you're going.
Yeah, my wife thinks I can go anywhere in 2 or 3 hours. Like, oh, we can send Ray to New York on Thursday and North Carolina on Friday and Florida on Saturday, and tough luck. Yes, his birthday's on Monday, but too bad. So we'll send him somewhere else on Tuesday.
And Ray doesn't get to sleep at all.
Oh man, it sucks sometimes.
Here, Ray, I have the page of the. I can share
Would
my.
you please just email it to me. I would prefer that you email it because I can't stop and capture it right now.
Okay. Well, anyway, I see that there is an in-circuit emulator for $45, but it is this distributor
Is that a
LCS.
different version?
Excuse me.
Is that a different version?
This is the last one.
Emulator?
This is the last one, the last version of the in-circuit emulator. It comes in blue board or yellow board, but it's exactly the same one.
That's different than what I expected.
Okay, did you see this is the emulator I have.
Yeah, that is that's just the circuit board. That's not like the student version.
Yeah, the other one is for multi-core emulation. Is this one? Let me show you. This is the other one. This is bigger, more expensive. 90 bucks. This
$45?
This costs double, 90 bucks. I don't know if they have they in stock.
If I purchase these from China, does anybody else want a set?
Actually, there is one in stock now. Some of the microcontrollers of these people, Padauc, have 2 cores, and you can program 1 core as a peripheral device, as a serial port, as a I2C device, as a whatever function you want. You can use it as a slave inside your core, your chip. But they have like 2 microcontrollers inside the chip, pretty much like the ESP32. But this is for chips that cost 10 cents. You have two cores to program your application, and you decide what functions you will have with your microcontroller. Is their approach to the solution. Instead of offering microcontrollers with serial ports or I2C ports, they offer microcontrollers with another core inside, and you can program the other core as any device that you want. But you need to do that by bit banging, just doing it in assembler. But they have an application that you can create any device, and they create the software for you. They generate the code. It's pretty neat. I think it's a good idea. It's interesting they have this eyes. So this is the programmer.
What is the price for the programmer?
$89. There is a gray case programmer and a blue case programmer. The blue case can program flash and OTPs devices, and the gray one only program OTP.
Yes.
This is the blue one. There is a gray one, but it's not here in this side. It's interesting, maybe useful to make. I was thinking that this microcontroller can be used to combine with a USB board to make some kind of controller for the Arduino, to program the Arduino through the Bluetooth port. But you need to catch there is a code that the IDE of the Arduino sends to the Arduino to tell it that it wants to start a flashing sequence, you know, and you don't want your Bluetooth device to start a programming sequence each time you connect with the Arduino, just only when you send the commands for programming. So this microcontroller can be used for that, to check if your computer is trying to send a new code or just trying to communicate with your Arduino, because your Arduino is a robot or something. Maybe useful for that to distinguish between programming and just communicating commands for your robot or whatever. In this way, you can use your USB port with a Bluetooth adapter to program and control your robot using Bluetooth. But you need to make something attached to the Bluetooth board to prevent the resetting of the Arduino each time you start a pairing session with Arduino. Because Arduino always assumes that you are trying to program a new sketch. This was an idea I had with this 3 cents microcontroller. Just to check the serial channel of the Bluetooth board, and if it see the couple of bytes that start the programming, it reset the Arduino to put the Arduino in flashing mode and start programming. Just an idea.
Does anyone else want to try to use this 3 cent microcontroller, the programmers and the emulator? I think I can get them from China pretty cheap.
Yeah. It's nice. The problem with this 3 cents microcontroller is that you need $150 to start working with it.
Yeah.
So not so cheap.
Right. The starting is a little expensive.
Yeah.
You can buy Flash programmable, so it's multiple time programming.
Yeah, but the problem
but those are a little bit more expensive. You know, they're what, 8 cents instead of 3 cents.
Yeah, but what you want to replace the ICE with the Flash devices?
Yes.
Well, it's maybe not practical because the IC is integrated with the IDE. Let me show the software that you use for
Hey,
programming.
Vicente,
Yeah.
we've only got like 4 minutes left,
Okay.
maybe 5 minutes. You want to wait and show the software?
Yeah. Well, this is the IDE of the the microcontroller, and you use a C-like software to work with it. But you can use assembler all the time in your C program. You can use assembler instructions, and it's a little limited. C. You cannot use for loops, only whiles, and if, then, and these kind of things. But you can do a lot of things. This is the. Can you see the IDE?
I know what you're doing. So instead of $150, because I know that you paid $89 and then more, I think I can buy the emulator, the nicer emulator, for $45, and I can buy the programmer for $56 or $58.
Oh, this will
So
be
it's a
cheap.
total of $100.
Oh, great,
Get it.
great. But I already have them, so
I know.
it's
I'm
on
asking if
Leroy or
anybody
something.
else,
Yeah.
Jim or Roy, yeah.
I don't think I need it.
Don't need it.
I don't think I need it.
Well, I know a lot of times Roy is using Arduino and Pi's and stuff that's already built up together.
Yeah. This microcontroller is interesting maybe for a commercial product. You want to make something really cost-effective solution for something.
Yeah, you want to build something stupid cheap. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a cool, very, very good option.
I don't have many ideas about how to use it or where to use it, but I like the fact that it's really cheap, and I couldn't resist to buy the ICE and the programmer. And now is the first time I'm doing something. So
I have an idea of how to use it.
yeah.
It would actually be very cool.
Yeah.
But part of the question is, does that chip have any EEPROM at all?
I don't think so. I didn't see it. I read a lot of. I read a lot of data sheets. I didn't see anything like that, but maybe.
Well, I would like to use it to play Morse code on either a light or on a piezo buzzer, an LED or a buzzer, and I would like it to be powered completely by a 2032 battery.
Okay.
That way it's really inexpensive. All you really have to have is the chip, battery, resistor, the very basic.
Some kind of badge to sell in a show or something, or to give away or something like that. Yeah. I thought about that, to make something really cheap, just to give away or to promote your company, or I don't know.
Yes.
30 seconds, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
See
With a new
you soon.
address.
Bye.
So we'll see you in a few.
New
We'll be
address
back.
announcement.
Okay.
Later.
Check your email.
I will go for a coffee. Bye.
All right. And the countdown starts